What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Blind Refs Podcast. My name is Tony. I'm here with Isaac, Nate, Nick, and Brian behind the scene.
Salutations.
Brian, did you just wave? But the camera
He did. We'll just wave. I love it.
I did.
It is episode 10 since we had an impromptu breaking news episode 9. If you haven't checked that out, Brian and I get on there and talk about the recent conference realignment and all the announcements that were made at that time, mostly Oregon and Washington joining the Big Ten. So today we're going to talk about a couple of things. Definitely, we got to finish our top 25 countdown, our preseason countdown.
Almost there.
What?
So we're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there. Remember the first time we did it? We're like, dang, this took a while. And actually, I feel like we did more at one time, did we not?
No, we've always done the.
Have we always? No, you know what we did is we did mini. No, yeah, I just broke up our top 5 into separate episodes. Is what I did.
So basically, what we do now.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
No, not when we first started. We did it multiple weeks because we started in July.
We
but
do it all
our top
once.
5 because I released them while we were in. No, that was year 2.
Oh, I remember doing them all at once.
25 through 1? I don't think we ever did 25
No, we've
through
never
1.
done it like that.
I just remember Tony releasing episode by episode after everyone.
That's because he went through and edited it because we
Yeah.
didn't go live.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, we're going live.
It would take forever. Do we want to start with conference realignment since Brian and I already talked about it Friday?
Yeah.
We get your guys' take on it too.
Isaac, Big Ten guy.
Whoa.
That's what you have on
It's
the.
nothing to me.
But Oregon, Washington joining?
Eh.
I mean,
Just adds 2 more teams, I guess.
yeah. But I mean, it's the end of the Pac-12. Regional football basically is gone.
Yeah, but I was talking to Brian, I think you're going to see the same thing's going to happen to the ACC. The minute people can figure out how to get out of those, Big Ten's going to absorb what they want to absorb out of that, and the SEC is going to absorb what they want.
They're picking up. Reports where they're going to pick up Stanford and
the Big Ten.
Washington State today. No, ACC.
ACC is going to?
Or no, Cal and Stanford. What it was?
Pac-12 doesn't want Oregon State and Washington State to go away.
Yeah. Why?
They must want them for something.
For the new.
Well,
the new
I
Mountain
think
West?
so.
they want it for the new Mountain West.
So there's money in reserve. So basically, as long as those 2 teams stick around, the money's there. Otherwise, if they all bail, then the money's split.
But yeah, Cal and Stanford are reportedly interested in joining the ACC now. So.
That's not going to do anything for the ACC.
Well, it helps because then they can renegotiate.
Yeah. Well, I think the ACC will stick around for a little while.
I think until the end of contracts.
Which is what 2036.
Well, theirs, but I feel like they're going to be able to.
Yeah, Florida State's going to get out before in a couple years.
Yeah.
The challenge for Florida State is that even if they get out of it with the money, they still don't own the rights to their own games.
Yeah, that sucks.
So ESPN can still broadcast their games, and so nobody's going to pick them up because they don't have the rights to their games, their home games.
Yeah, so the money doesn't increase for picking up Florida for contract.
Yeah. That's the problem right now.
Yeah. But
So you don't care about Oregon, Washington joining?
I already showed you guys. We've dominated both teams. It's basically like adding Indiana and Rutgers to the Big Ten.
did you not see there was that whole thing done by what was it, The Athletic talked about how Rutgers joining the Big Ten was the smartest decision Rutgers ever made and the worst decision the Big Ten's ever made.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. They actually did a really good one on the fall of the Pac-12 too.
Do you blame this all on Texas?
No.
I just
Realignment
it
happened
really is
before.
their fault.
Realignment
see,
happened
that's all
before.
I'm seeing now. It's all Texas.
It's happened. It happened before Texas and Oklahoma even left.
But Texas is the reason that those teams left the Big 12.
No, that's not the reason.
Yeah, it is.
What teams?
Why?
The teams at Texas A&M, Colorado, Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
Why did Nebraska? Do you think Nebraska left solely because of the Longhorn Network? No.
No, they left because they thought Texas was trying to overtake the Big 12, which they were.
They weren't trying to. They had the Big 12. It was theirs. Nebraska was jealous that Nebraska was the top dog in the Big 8. They moved to the Big 12. They weren't top dog anymore. So they took their ball and went home. That's
Nebraska
fine.
was in the Big 12 championship the last year before they left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then why do you
So they're
leave
not a
then?
top dog?
Why do you leave then?
Money.
I'm telling you.
It wouldn't be
because of
top dog because you
Texas.
didn't
Money.
win, but
It wasn't. It
Money
didn't have
and-
anything to do with the Longhorn Network. If there's a Husker Network, they would have it would have been fine.
Well, yeah,
Big
but
12
that's
probably
like
wouldn't let 'em.
saying like.
Big 12 wouldn't let them. They only let Texas have it.
well, I think
Yeah, because they're the one that brings in the most money.
But I think it's because I think the Big 12 wanted a Big 12 network, but they couldn't do it because
They did have a Big 12 network.
their own.
They did have a Big 12
Channel?
network. Yeah, there was always a Big 12 network.
Where was that at?
It was on ESPN.
It was like channels. I remember it for basketball. I don't remember it for football.
And they always did replays of. It's like the
I do
Pac-12
remember
network.
Interesting.
I don't remember it for football much. But yes, it is Texas' fault.
No, it's definitely not. People can say what they want. A&M might
It's
definitely
true.
blame that because they took
Well,
their
that's
ball
two
and went
schools
Rayland.
that say it then. How many more do you need before
Actually,
before it's
wasn't
true?
A&M supposed to be in it with Texas?
Where?
They were supposed to have their own networks with Texas.
I don't know.
How can
And-
Texas A&M get their own network?
They were supposed to team up with Texas, but
Oh.
something fell out, so Texas Tech got or Texas.
I
A&M
mean,
got
who
mad.
wouldn't take that deal? To have your own network. I mean, ESPN's the ones that were the idiots in the whole thing. They paid Texas a lot of money for that.
This is the last year of it.
SEC will
Did you
absorb
get
it.
it?
Do I have it now?
Was it on discount? I don't know if it was on like discount.
I don't think it is.
Pac-12
It's not like a clearance
Pac-12
shirt.
network on discount?
No, because it's probably gonna have some of the best games this year.
It's gonna have some good games.
Like all the Longhorn catalog will go to SEC network.
Yeah, so I heard there's rumblings that the Big Ten's gonna be the first conference that goes to 10 conference games.
Yeah, I saw that.
It would be.
But it, like we talked about, I think they
SEC
have to.
won't be.
No,
I think
SEC's just trying to get to 9, aren't they?
Yeah.
They have 9, yeah.
They're
They
the
want-
last ones to get to 9.
They want
They're
more
gonna have
money
9, yeah.
to go to 9.
I think they're gonna have to because otherwise, like, you're gonna have one crossover game this year or in 2024. Like, especially in the West, like the teams that get paired up against the Ohio States, the Michigans, and the Penn States, and then like imagine it being USC or Oregon, and then they get the Rutgers or the Maryland, and then Nebraska's playing Ohio State and all that. You know, like. It's just they got to have those two crossover games.
It's even more crucial now that Notre Dame tries to get into the Big Ten, especially if they're going to have 10 conference games.
They're going to need to, though. Like, who are they going to schedule when you have 10 conference games?
Well, Notre Dame's not going to be able to schedule anybody.
No.
Like, they're going to be screwed.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to want to schedule them.
No.
You're already playing 10 conference games in the Big Ten. You're not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah, because
Notre
you're
Dame,
gonna
this
want
is not-
Portland States and stuff like that because
Yeah.
you're not gonna want to get beat up for 2 more games. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Notre Dame's going to get
not
screwed if they don't.
not Portland State because in the Big Ten you can't schedule
Yeah.
that. But
But I don't think Notre Dame's in a hurry because, and I don't think the Big Ten, like, they would because, granted, the money goes up. There's a lot of provisions in that TV contract. If Notre Dame joins, the conference money goes up or the TV money goes up. But I think the problem is like, what do you do with 21? Like,
yeah,
I was
or
listening to
19.
podcast, and they were like, obviously the end game is 2 super conferences, so let's just get there.
Yeah, I know.
Let's just get there already. Like, that's the end game, so
Yeah.
let's just do it. Just get it over with.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to have to keep fixing the schedules and
I don't know, like
realigning.
next off season it's gonna be all realignment, like
Yeah.
who's going where.
yeah. You gotta wonder if they're gonna start, especially the schools like Florida State and Miami that know they're gonna go through realignment at some point. Watch who they schedule for their non-conference, just because they probably won't play it, and you don't want to be, paying out $1 million for somebody you're not gonna
look
play.
At future home and homes, like
Mhm.
who they have in non-conference, because that's why Oklahoma got out of playing Georgia this year.
Yeah.
So because of next year they're joining
Yeah.
the SEC.
But the good thing is it does it for now because they're probably split up East and West for now. It actually brings some strength to the West instead of it just being
the
having.
West just got so much stronger.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to know how they're going to split it up in the West.
There's no divisions.
There wasn't. They're going to have to. There's no,
they'll,
way.
They'll do pods.
Yeah, they'll just do pods. They're not
Yeah.
They can't do pods with 18 teams.
Yeah,
They're gonna add more. They'll add more.
But
before-
you think they'll add more before 2024?
No, they already have the schedules out for
No, they
Yeah, but
rewrite
they
them.
just added Oregon
Two
and Washington. You can't have schedules without
You
Yeah.
have
Oregon
to,
and
you have to
Washington.
redo it.
And you can't do
Yeah.
pods for
And you
18
can't-
teams. You'd have
August-
4, 4, 5,
I think
5.
the 15th is the deadline
Yeah.
for teams to change conferences to play in 2024.
Yeah.
So
'Cause-
you think something's gonna happen in another week?
I do think they're doing divisions. That's why they're going to 10 games because then they can play 8 in your side and then 2
you do
crossover
two
games.
crossovers. Otherwise,
Otherwise,
it
you go
wouldn't make
4
sense.
four in a
eventually
pod,
you're
4 in a
gonna have to
pod,
do-
5 in
you're
a
gonna
pod,
have to
5
do
in a pod.
pods eventually.
Yeah, 2 more.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
get 2 more teams, then yeah, pods.
2 or 6. 2 or
It'll
6.
be interesting to see what Clemson and Florida State does in the next week. Because
Again, I just
Otherwise
don't
they're
see them
stuck
doing
in
that
this
because of the games not having the rights to their home games.
So I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to stand firm to this. I've heard that Texas A&M wants out of the SEC and that they're going to try to find a way to get to the Big Ten. And the Big Ten is very interested because they don't have the state of Texas.
that's why,
I-
why would they want to leave?
Because they don't
Because
want
they
to play
don't wanna
against
be in
Texas.
conference with Texas.
Babies.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Them leaving the big, to the Big Ten.
Man, that would
If they're in
be,
the SEC,
that'd be very interesting.
I could
Yeah.
see them go. Like I
That's-
could see
I
a
couldn't see them
fit,
going.
not necessarily them
I
going,
don't
but
couldn't either.
Yeah.
it'd be.
Well, when it does happen, you heard it here first.
I don't see it happening.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, you know.
So
I don't
even if Clemson and Florida State came to the Big Ten, they wouldn't get any money from the Big Ten because they don't have
From
the
their, they
rights to-
can't. They don't have the rights to their home games.
So they would get
So they probably
money.
get, like half the money then.
No, they may not even get. Well, they may not even get half.
I don't
Because
know.
what's the added value if they can't broadcast any of their games?
Because they're stuck in their media rights deal. For,
Mm-hmm. So they can pay the $300 million and get out, but they still don't own the rights to their home games.
I don't understand why they have to pay to get out
Yeah.
to not have the rights.
Part of the deal. So think about it. If you had to pay $30 million, you only get half.
ESPN's got one hell of a contract. That's crazy.
I mean, they might as well
Yeah,
just stay.
that's why Florida State's trying to privatize college football because that's their way of getting out.
Who's trying to? Who'd you say?
Florida State.
Isn't the ACC equal share revenue?
Yeah.
For every team. That's why Florida State was out.
Yeah, because
Tired of getting the same as everybody else.
yeah.
So they're basically working at a loss.
Interesting though.
I think the ACC will stick around for a little.
I do
'cause
too.
they're in contract for another 13.
I just don't know how they
years.
get out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're all. I heard Miami and Florida State have all contacted legal firms. Was it Florida State that went to Goldman Sachs?
That's because they're
Chase.
trying to privatize.
Yeah, Chase.
They're trying to privatize college football. They're trying to figure out how to make it so they don't have to have media
As
rights.
soon
deals
as
and
they
stuff.
do that, then everyone's gonna do it.
There's not enough money to do it.
Well,
I don't get what privatize it. Why?
So basically, so they can make their own rules.
they're trying to get like what's the bank?
Chase Bank.
Chase to like finance it, like their
I
buyout.
thought it was Goldman Sachs. Is it Chase?
No,
Yeah.
that was like what is it?
JP Morgan
Morgan.
is what it
JP
is. Yeah.
Morgan. That's right. It was JP Morgan.
Which is Chase still,
Yeah. Okay, you're right. For some reason I just had that.
because they were trying to get them to do like the buyout for them.
Interesting. I don't know. I just can't see any of the ACC teams. Well, maybe like Virginia and like Boston College coming to the Big
So I
Ten.
think North Carolina.
Well, so
North Carolina was
This
trying
last, what was it, in the beginning of the
Just can't see
summer,
Florida State or
they
Clemson.
gave Oregon,
Miami.
they gave Miami AAU status, and they gave,
Nebraska doesn't have AAU status anymore.
yeah, that's just because of the hospital. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
I see all those guys going to the SEC.
Miami?
I don't see any of them.
No,
Miami, Florida, and Clemson. Florida State and Clemson.
I don't see
You
all
don't see
three. of them.
Miami in the SEC. They're
I don't
do.
see
I feel like
all
they're
of
SEC
them.
through and through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean,
don't
you could
see-
even throw, man, probably North Carolina in there.
I would throw North Carolina in the SEC as well.
I could see Duke.
I think you're
NC
just,
State, Virginia.
I think you're just
being
focusing on
Big
it
Ten
being.
teams.
Well, yeah, I wonder when they're gonna split up Duke and North Carolina, or are they gonna try to be together in their
It
deal?
doesn't matter. Well, I mean,
Well, it does
rivalries
matter.
Rivalries don't matter anymore. You look at Oklahoma State and Oklahoma.
Well, Oklahoma didn't want to hitch their wagon though. Once they didn't want to hitch their wagon to
what's
Texas,
saying North Carolina wants to hitch their wagon to Duke.
because it's arguably top 5 rivalry in sports. Oklahoma State is not. What do you mean shrugging? What are you shrugging for?
I don't
That's
know.
a fact.
I think it'll be interesting. I think
For football, for basketball, not for football.
Well, no.
Does basketball carry that much weight for rivalry?
In North Carolina,
in
yes.
North Carolina and Duke, yeah, there's a lot of money in that basketball.
That's like Texas football.
Did it for Texas and Texas A&M.
It's because they left. Texas didn't give
Just
two
saying,
shits
rivalries
if they
don't
left.
matter anymore.
They do, to an extent.
I don't know. I think the realignment at the end of the day is gonna be kind of wild.
I think it's going to calm down a little bit now. Once you get the last 4 teams in the Pac-12 like
yeah.
squared away, I think
Mike
it's
Leach
gonna
was
slow down.
right. Let's just do a 64 team playoff.
That should be the whole season.
You should just have
What's the difference then?
yeah.
You just pick the top 64
Yeah.
teams and the best one at the end of with the best record,
Yeah, play 5.
or you play
5 regular season games,
And
and
then that determines
go.
seeding.
and then you win one game. If you lose your first game, you're out of the
Yeah,
tournament.
Play 6 regular season games, and you're done. You make no money. But
Yeah, I don't think he was onto something there, guys.
how dare you disrespect him?
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, don't apologize to us.
Yeah.
Apologize to him.
Yeah, you don't deserve
I think he wanted to play a full season plus the 64
I think he
thing
did.
playoff
Which would be
though.
awesome,
You just
too.
want year-round football.
Yeah.
Let's just-
Football's still going on, and like
Who
One
wouldn't take
month
that?
off.
Who wouldn't take that?
True.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
College football all year. No, I mean it would be exhausting.
It does make it fun to have a break,
You
like
could never do it, like in Texas Heat.
I would die.
They would die.
it wouldn't even be Texas Heat. It'd be
Sissies.
Minnesota cold.
Well, both.
Minnesota's playing in Dome, right?
Minnesota Gophers don't.
No, they're outside.
They used to. What?
They only played there just
Yeah.
They played while their stadium was being built. They played in Vikings Dome, but then once
Yeah.
their stadium was built, they're outside.
They were
They always
No,
played
used to play
they,
in the Twins Dome.
they always played in the Humphrey. It's
Yeah.
Humphrey whatever.
They were always
Yeah.
in they were always there.
Yeah. They're always there. You're thinking of the Minnesota Vikings when they played at the Golden Gophers during the playoffs.
They did
Yeah.
when their thing collapsed. And they
Yeah.
were fine.
Yeah.
Because that's when they missed that extra, very easy field goal.
That stadium's
Oh.
so sweet on the outside.
Who?
Minnesota Vikings.
I guess that's true. They don't have the Humphrey Dome anymore.
No.
No, they
Yeah.
haven't had that
So
for a long
imagine
Yeah.
being up in
Like,
Minneapolis
field
in
was-
February. Like that would be cold.
Well, when was it when they played the Seahawks in the playoffs? It was the Vikings. It was the outside game at the
2013.
at the Golden Gopher Stadium. But it was like you could just tell like it was just cold.
Oh, it'd be miserable. No way. No way. But as much as I appreciate it,
I don't know. Yeah, realignment. Brian's probably right. It probably will calm down here.
yeah.
I mean, it's gonna have to. They only have a week until.
What Power 5 teams do you think will get left out of a super conference?
Current Power 5,
I don't think
basically
Cal
the
will.
ones that are left in the Pac-12 right now.
Washington State and Oregon State for
I think
sure.
them too well. Cal could join the Big Ten really.
I think so.
Yeah.
Cal and Stanford join the Big Ten eventually.
Sure.
I think eventually.
Cal is a academic school.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston
Cal's
College would probably get left out.
yeah. Cal is
Bring in
screwed
people.
if they don't because of their contract with their football stadium. They
Yeah,
signed
that
like
was
100-year like lease on their stadium, and it goes up every year, and they have to pay like $18 million a year.
Well, it cost them their brand new one. Was it Cal or UCLA? Yeah, it was Cal that built that brand new stadium that was
Yeah.
like 200, 300 million or something.
Yeah, and it's like
Why
a
would they
100-year
need
lease.
that nice of a stadium?
Because their stadium literally is right on the fault line. And so they had to like earthquake proof it. So like everything's on movable joints. Go to Cal, yeah, their
How do
new
you
stadium.
earthquake proof of football.
Everything sits on movable joints, so they sway like this, and so they don't. It's not rigid.
It's like bridges. When they build bridges, they build it enough to expand the heat and stuff.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, that's
They
super
just
old.
go to news.
10 years, 17.5 million.
Wow,
Go to news.
that's just the rebranding.
See if anything comes up.
UC Berkeley.
2022.
That was last November.
Maybe Georgia
Oh, yeah,
Tech.
Bank of Montreal
um,
agreed to $100 million stadium.
Isaac.
Georgia
Georgia Tech, I think.
Yeah.
Boston College.
Boston College.
Get left out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Man, I can't-
Louisville, maybe.
No.
are you
No.
talking about the top two? If we just go to two
Yeah, if
super
there's a
conferences,
So 24 teams in.
No, I think
each
Louisville would
conference.
squeeze in.
Yeah, because they got sport other sports.
I don't know.
Like basketball and
So
Georgia
okay,
Tech has
so if
nothing
you're looking at
until
that,
baseball this
the
year.
Big Ten only has 6 more schools to
Wake
pick up.
Forest,
I mean,
Forest basketball.
baseball,
baseball's starting to pick
Baseball.
up.
NC
Syracuse.
State,
Virginia Tech.
Syracuse has basketball.
Virginia Tech will not get left out.
No, they're again
Interest right now.
Yeah, you might be right.
NC State.
Maybe?
Virginia's already got interest too.
Yeah.
Virginia has baseball also.
Yeah, baseball and basketball.
Yeah.
Well, if they're doing 2 super conferences, why couldn't they
But
just
that
take
Big
all
Ten
these?
can only pick up 6 more.
They can get to 30.
They'll all
That's
be
true.
readjusted.
Yeah, I
That would,
guess.
yeah, that would,
They'll
it'll
30
have to be-
readjusted.
30 would be good.
I really don't know. Like, I would say for sure, basketball is not going.
You'd think so, right?
Like, they don't bring anything to the table.
Vatech does.
What about from like the Big 12?
Baylor.
They make way too much money in basketball right
Yeah,
now.
I know. That's
Baylor has sports.
I had to say it. They got.
You look at UCF, Cincinnati.
Yep.
UCF
Iowa
has
State-
like one
Iowa
of the.
State probably not.
Yeah, but you
They got basketball.
Iowa State would be picked up.
Iowa State will be picked
West
up.
Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia
Maybe.
would
Maybe
drop.
basketball, I guess.
Iowa State.
Yeah, but
maybe.
They're not. Kansas is definitely getting picked
Texas
up.
Tech's done.
Texas
Texas
Tech.
Tech would be left out.
It's
Their baseball's decent, isn't Texas Tech?
yeah, but I think they could still go
Would have
Mountain
to be
West
picked
or
up,
something.
you think?
How good is this?
I don't think, but like just being a top 25 basketball team doesn't mean you get picked up by a conference.
agree.
Though, like the reason why Oregon and Washington and they're interested in Virginia and they're interested in even Miami and some of those schools is the amount of research money that's filtered into those universities is astronomical. So like Kansas will because Kansas has got one of the top programs as far as money because of basketball.
We just said you won't get
Right,
picked up.
but they're top. They're not a
Yeah.
top 25. Like we make it in the top
Tasha
25
says
every
Texas
once
Tech's
in a
been
while.
top for a while.
Tasha says we're echoing a lot.
That's unfortunate. That's because we're probably talking loud. It is what
He
it
says
is.
when Brian talks, we all echo.
Well, that's because his mic picks us all up. Brian, if you hit the volume button on your mic, on the actual mic itself, there's a volume on the mic itself, not the stand. Oh, okay.
Put the mic on.
If you click that down twice, that should help.
So let's see here. Hold on. Best college athletic programs
I mean,
in
Texas Tech has a
2022.
good basketball program. They're not just top 25.
Yeah.
So
That-
Georgia Tech
who?
was 11th total in the country in athletic programs.
Georgia Tech?
Yeah.
How?
Baseball,
Is
basketball.
their women's teams good?
They must be. I mean, Vanderbilt was 13th.
I don't think.
Who's
Vanderbilt
number
are
one?
left
Stanford.
out.
I could see Georgia, but
Yeah.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting.
They
and
could
it
be
depends
good
how
at
many
like
teams they want
Olympic
to go.
sports that we're not.
We're
thinking of.
assuming they're only going to 24. Brian, like Brian said, maybe it's 30.
Well, I could see them going to 30.
I think
So,
Georgia Tech actually has good track and field.
Yeah,
yeah,
there
I
you
could
go.
see them going to 30.
I'm
And
trying to see
having-
what Tech is.
Texas Tech?
Boston College 45th.
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah.
I mean, but then you have
Well, not if
Mich-
you're
you
doing
have-
30 teams each
But then you have
conference.
Michigan State at 49. This also is including Ivy League and other teams. So I mean,
Another
rankings
question.
are-
I got a question for you, Nick.
I mean,
Do you think there's any way that they kick teams out of the
No.
conference?
no.
Of the Big Ten, no, I don't think they.
You don't think a
do that.
Rutgers
I
would
think-
ever get kicked
Mm-mm.
out?
No.
No.
I think if they're in, they're in.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Rutgers, 56.
I mean, Michigan State's in over Boston College easily.
But according to this, Boston College has a better athletic program.
Doesn't matter.
Oregon
Who's already bringing
69.
the money?
I'm just.
Are
hey,
they even
man.
trying to bank on Boston
I don't.
College?
I don't think that they're
Wasn't
definitely
Michigan
not.
State's football locker room's just named after Tom Izzo,
Yes.
by the way, a
They
basketball
just
coach.
redid it
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
they
insane
just
is
got
that?
It's weird.
Their what?
Their
Best
locker room is Tom
football.
Izzo's locker room. Their football locker room.
It's-
This shows you how bad their football program is. They can't find someone named their football program. Just name it Nick Saban.
They couldn't
He was
name
your
Mel
coach for a
Tucker.
few
He could
years.
be gone for a while. He wasn't very good there.
Baylor's 87th.
Nice.
Oof. And they might get the snip.
I would not be worried about Baylor getting into.
I don't think
two
Nebraska's
conference.
been called yet. Oh, that's just 100.
Nebraska brings plenty of revenue. Thank you
There
very
is
much.
no second.
Yeah, you're looking
Plenty
at
of eyes, plenty of revenue. You don't have to worry about Nebraska.
no.
We still had 14 in viewership last year. We were
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
But Texas Tech was not on that list in the top 100, so maybe.
Texas Tech maybe out then.
I don't think Texas Tech's getting in.
I don't think West
It-
Virginia's getting in either.
I don't either.
I don't think so either.
I think Texas Tech will be out. I think West Virginia will be out.
Kansas is in.
Houston.
I would bet Baylor.
Houston's
is
out.
fine.
I don't know.
Baylor's fine.
UCF with the Orlando market. I don't know. They have like, aren't they like the highest populated?
They're the
university?
biggest school in the
Biggest
country.
school,
biggest
yeah.
school in the country.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily rule them out.
No.
I categorize them with Boise State. Like, I think they're the same thing.
And could Boise State get into this
No.
conference?
No.
Mm-mm. No.
Same with like South Florida. South Florida not getting in.
Well, I don't.
No,
I
not
don't
a
expect
chance.
South Florida to get in.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah,
Arizona State probably no.
no.
Arizona
Arizona
would.
would.
I bet Arizona would.
Arizona.
You don't think they could? They wouldn't be a package deal.
If it was me, I wouldn't take anybody till they fire
You
that
think
AD.
there'll be
or whatever.
package deals, or you think it'll be every
I
team
think
for
it-
himself?
Oh, it's
I think
definitely
it
going to
could
be
be.
a lot of every
So
team.
I
That's
think
what I
North
think.
Carolina and Duke will be a package deal.
I don't think so.
I don't think
I do.
North Carolina and NC State will be. Or do you mean Duke?
Duke and North
Yeah.
Carolina.
No.
Like the
I
Big
don't
Ten,
think
if they
so.
could take Duke and then get North Carolina, like they'd be stupid
I
not
would
to.
love that, but I don't know. I couldn't see I don't know if I could see North Carolina in the Big Ten, even though I think there's already.
I don't know. We
interest.
got 6 years until a lot of that happens.
I disagree with that. Just because your media rights gets up in
Well, I
six does
mean,
not
you
have
might
6
hear
years.
about it in 4 or 5.
Yeah.
4.
I mean, some of these conferences might just help pay them get out of this.
Well, that's what I.
situation.
That's what I did talk to Brian about.
Well,
Like,
I don't know if you
dude, if
see
they're
that
getting
because
40, 50 million or whatever, like 60 million at the end of the day from the Big Ten, why not just leave?
yeah, but you'd have to make a lot more than. Think about it. If you get $60 million and you're already making 33, you're actually losing money. Right.
Potentially, unless they make that deal with Apple where they're going to get some kickback on the side.
Right. But just straight
That's
across,
just
you're going to lose, right? Because you make 60, but you spent 33, you only come out with a net 27.
Why does it
So-
say that the Big 12 conference has 14 teams, and then next year it's going to have 16 teams?
It's probably
Because they're
'Cause they are.
adding. They
But they're
will.
losing Oklahoma and Texas, so
But
Yeah,
they're
but then they're
gaining
adding
3 more.
They gain
4
so
more.
would that be 15?
4
There's-
more.
Well,
They're
it'd be
going to add
16.
Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Arizona
Colorado.
State. So
Yeah,
they go
Colorado, I
from 12
forgot.
I
to
didn't realize Arizona State was going to.
yeah, to 16.
I guess I completely blanked on the other 3 teams from the Pac-12 going there.
So everybody but Colorado.
Did you
Yeah.
see Missouri's coach and what he said?
Yeah, I was
about
just
the
gonna say
whole-
that. Yeah, I mean, he's right. I mean,
What do you say?
He is, but at the end of the day, like
What do you say?
that, it's not necessarily the football players. It's all those other people that went to a specific school, like the baseball, the track and field and stuff, because they wanted to participate in their area, so their parents can come and watch them. Now they got to travel all around the country, like baseball. They're gonna play a game in Michigan. They got 2 away games this week, and they're gonna be gone, and their parents can't come see them because they're all the way across the country. Versus when it was regional and everything was here and there, and
Transfer.
watch it on TV.
I said, what's gonna
That's
happen when they're a
different, though.
professional?
I
Like,
mean, I guess that's kind of true, but that's kind of not true. Like, if you look at like even Oregon softball, most of their away games are like tournaments. Baseball too. Like they would have had that anyway. Basketball, it's all tournaments. Like,
yeah.
I mean, granted, yeah, you're gonna have to travel to like a couple, away games and stuff like that, but it's not as dramatic as
Yeah,
they're
but
making
how
it sound.
often do your parents go to your away games? I
lot.
mean, you remember?
there's parents that go to like
Every
single
single one.
game.
Because
like,
all,
away
all
and
you're
home.
out is, and like some of
Dude,
that,
that's insane. Like,
all you're out
even-
is flights and a hotel. Tickets are free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sometimes you
dude,
can
flights
get
and hotel. Like,
both
just think about
packages.
how far of the drive that was. When we drove back from Oregon, we drove into California. That's a long drive from Eugene. Like, what is it? 1,200 miles from Eugene to LA.
Yeah.
Like, that is far. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just think I don't disagree with what he's saying, but I think it is like over like done because like a lot of those things are tournaments rather than like volleyball and all that stuff. They're all tournaments more than they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you will have to travel. Like, don't get me wrong, but going from Oregon to Arizona, that's still freaking far.
That's far.
I mean,
You know?
yeah, I'm sure he's so upset. Like, this is not going to give him any more money in his next contract. It's not going to give the
Yeah,
players.
what's it?
So he was saying though too. He's like, football's fine. Football's gonna be fine. He was worried about the other stuff.
I'm sure he is. No, he just wanted his moment, his 10 minutes.
I like him though, so I think
Yeah.
he's a good coach.
I don't think he wanted like his moment. I think he was actually like serious.
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, all these players that are going to end up softball that are going to end up wanting to be in a professional scene in some way, shape, or form. That's what you're going to do. Like, you are going to be on the road
And
a lot.
the other thing to think about is if they don't make those moves, you may not have your sport.
Or you
as
may
well,
not have
right?
a conference, i.e.
I mean, there's those thoughts too, because you need the money.
Yeah. Like the Pac-12 owes how much to Comcast?
$70 million.
So now that they're going to dissolve, do they really want to roll in and make the Pac-12 a conference with Mountain West, or do they want to dissolve so they can claim bankruptcy and not have to pay back
I
Comcast?
thought they were trying to add some AAU.
They're trying to add.
Or the
They're
American Conference.
They're gonna do like the Mountain West and
American Conference.
pick,
They reached
pick,
out.
I'm sure they're gonna try to pick a lot of
Yeah,
teams.
because here's what they're going to try to add the Pac-12 because they still have the stigma of being a Power 5, right? Until that ever, goes away. So they're going to try to add to that. Plus, there's reserve money in the Pac-12. That's why if Oregon State and Washington State are left at the end of the day holding their luggage, they get to split the money 50-50.
Hmm.
So which will help you for a year, but it won't help you for 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was an odd thing for the president, the Pac-12 president, to say to the Big 12 to take all those teams, but
Yeah, that is odd.
I'm pretty sure he's going to get them into the Mountain West, and he's going to have
I
some
think he wants
involvement in that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's money in
No
there
works,
for
I'm
him.
thinking. We're good for now.
Did you see Oregon's meeting when they were approving for the Big Ten? The Board of Regents, one of them was out literally hidden out of a sand trap. Did you see that? It's hilarious. He stopped to take the call in the middle of it, and then he goes, in the middle of the call, goes and hits his next shot and keeps going.
so not better than President Bush. He says, "Now watch this. Now watch this drive." He's talking about like 9/11.
The war. Yeah. He's like, enough about that. Now watch this drive.
The chair of Oregon's Board of Regents. Wait.
That was in the middle of the call. Peak realignment.
Oregon trustee taking his call from a golf course does have a nice swing. Would have been.
He literally like stops in the middle and hits the ball.
Probably just calls all the time.
Maybe it was. Staged.
Oh, I don't think it was staged.
He was on the Zoom call. He was literally on the Zoom call while he was golfing.
Oh, so he put his phone up.
Yeah, that's what him looking at the
So it's just
I'm
him.
sure his caddy told him that.
his caddy, or it's on his cart, and he just turns.
Do you
around.
have a caddy if you're just doing a round of golf?
No.
No. he's
If
probably
you're
just-
that
Just
rich,
golf
you've
with
got
people.
a caddy.
Probably.
You've got a caddy. That's a golf club. Like that's a country club.
I don't think I'd
Lucky
want to.
that
I don't think
way
I'd
to
want to
go.
be bothered with a caddy.
Yeah.
There's a lucky
What? You don't have to
that
carry
way.
your clubs, and then they tell you what club to use. Like that's perfect. Sir,
You don't have
probably
to
just
carry. You
someone
don't have to
that he's
carry your
golfing with,
gloves
that's
anyway.
what
You have a
it-
cart.
I don't think I'd be golfing.
That's
by
their
myself.
exercise.
I would
That's that
golf
guy's
by myself. If
exercise.
I was good enough, I would golf by myself.
If you pay $35,000 a year to be a part of a country club,
I
you're
would
golfing.
lose so many balls because I'd just be like, I'm not gonna go
Man,
search
I
for
didn't even
that.
watch that one come down.
Yeah,
No
no
one's
one's
supposed
here
to
to watch
for me.
it.
If I was good enough, I would golf.
That's why you
golf
have a
by myself.
caddy.
Someone's supposed to watch it for me.
They're watching the ball for you.
No, because I don't even know not to.
That's why you have a caddy.
No, they don't know me. I don't know them.
Conference realignment,
Bill-
Oregon Board of Trustee chair voted
You
for.
build a relationship, Isaac.
Yeah.
They don't know me. I don't know them. I'll just swing.
He
anything.
voted to join the Big Ten while golfing.
How do you become a caddy for a country club?
Go there
You just
and
sit
be
there
like,
and
"Hey."
wait for someone to like, hey, you, let's go.
He's not worth
You
that
probably
much.
have to be a
He's
golf
not worth that
pro.
much money.
What do you mean he's not worth that much money?
I just Googled his net worth.
What's his net
Why
worth?
you Google it on the
$17
big
million.
one?
That's Brian. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It's enough to have a caddy.
That's
Enough
enough
to
to
have a caddy there.
That caddy could get 90,000 a year.
Top
He'd be
25
happy.
coaches poll.
That'd be nothing. For
Top
that man.
25.
Coaches poll. The only poll that matters. I hate the media poll.
Are we talking about that, or are we doing our top 5?
Let's talk about this and then we can.
Cool.
Talk
Well,
about
I was gonna do our top 5.
Pretty
All right, we
good.
can do
Ooh, that
this.
looks pretty close to mine.
I was about to say.
I don't see Iowa.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I missed on.
Yeah, why is Texas A&M in there?
Did you
I
not
think-
rank A&M?
I think Texas A&M
No, I
is
did
good.
not rank Texas A&M.
I had to.
Texas Tech is
We
way
have
too
Oregon
high.
State the same thing.
24 is not way too high.
Yeah, I don't have them ranked.
I think Wisconsin's too high. North
Nate,
Carolina.
I think Oklahoma State was 26.
I think they
You think Wisconsin's too high at 21?
Yeah.
I think TCU's too high at 16.
I think I
If they didn't make
18.
the playoff in the national title, they wouldn't be there.
I have
think that was
TCU at 20.
See, but that's like somebody I would put at like 21, 20.
I
You
think
know?
Yeah,
Texas
15's
is
actually,
too
or
low.
16's like making noise a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Texas is too low. Penn State might be a little too high.
Dude, my
Even though I think I have that ranked there. Nope, I don't.
Yeah, Penn State at 10.
I didn't rank Old
No,
Miss.
it's
I think
7.
that's pretty high for
Yeah,
not
I
even
didn't rank
knowing
Ole
who your
Miss
quarterback
I
is.
didn't rank Ole Miss.
I did not rank Ole Miss.
I mean, they could be that good, but I don't think
I
so.
did. 18.
I didn't rank North Carolina, Old Miss,
I
Texas
didn't-
A&M.
I didn't rank North Carolina.
We can
either.
go through. I can go through this later and see who had the most teams.
I'm pretty close, but
Well, who?
Top
Do,
five's
who
pretty close.
so who
My-
do we not like then? In this,
I
so-
don't like TCU
you
at
don't like
16.
TCU at 16. I think
Ole
that
Miss
was
and
another.
TCU.
yeah, I think
TCU is
too
definitely not going
high.
to finish the year ranked.
I put
Oh, I do have Ole
UTSA.
Miss ranked.
I put
21.
UTSA
Damn.
over 2.
I don't understand. Where's my other? Oh, it's all the way over there. I forget what I had.
South Carolina wasn't on there. I have them.
So that's a little bit of a surprise.
I had South Carolina at 25. I think. I don't even know if I
I
had.
just
I
don't
didn't
get
rank
the South Carolina hype. I'll never get behind it. I don't know what. They
Nate
just
had
lost
South
everything.
Carolina at 17. I'm not sure if anybody else had them.
Oregon State, I think, is too high.
I think they're a perfect spot.
Who?
Really?
Oregon State.
That's exactly where I ranked
Yeah,
them.
and if there's gonna be a team that catches all the breaks this year, it's Oregon State.
I have Oregon.
Yeah, being
I mean,
the
like-
only team.
I mean,
Like, hey, we're chilling.
I
I
mean,
only
it's
say
like-
Oregon State's too high because I'm at 19, not 18.
Oh, I had him at
20.
18.
Yeah, if anybody's gonna catch breaks, it's
You
Oregon
think?
State and Washington State this year. So
Oh, yeah, okay, that's why.
yeah.
I understand why you meant that. Now I get it.
I think Tony might have been the only person with A&M ranked.
No, I had them ranked at 16.
Oh wow.
Texas A&M?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're basing off of pure talent, they were at the
This
goal
isn't
line.
like my preseason. This is like what they're gonna
Yeah, I
finish
know.
and stuff.
They were at the goal line to beat Alabama last year.
Who?
To go
A&M?
5 and 7?
Hey,
Okay, I
Brian,
had
can
a
you send me,
17,
throw
okay.
me that
Oh,
other
okay.
notebook?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think the Jimbo Fisher Bobby Petrino relationship is gonna be toxic all year.
Oh, I hope so. I hope it is.
Yeah, because then Texas A&M cannot buy out of the SEC and fire Jimbo Fisher. They ain't got enough money for that.
Nope. That's
Texas
what I said.
is too low. Oregon's too low.
Nate, you
think
think,
Notre
Nate, you
Dame's
think
too
Florida
high.
State, Nate, is too high?
Yeah,
Florida State
What?
8
Florida
is too high.
State?
they should be around like.
I
15.
had 'em I had him at 9.
Why?
I don't know why I have them.
I'd-
15-ish. This is where they should be. At top of my
Where the heck did
In
I?
preseason though?
I'd have them anywhere between.
No, this isn't preseason. Where
No,
they
this
finish.
is preseason.
I know. That's why I don't pay attention to this.
I'd have them around 12 probably, 12 or
Where
13.
the heck did? Oh, here we go. I had A&M at 21.
Alabama's
so
too
I had them
high.
higher. I had Oklahoma at 22.
Bama's surprising at 3
Yeah.
over Ohio State. I agree with that.
Well,
And LSU.
this is why I said we should have covered our top 5 first.
Well, let's do it. Let's roll into it. We have an idea of what our 5 looks like.
Well, you have an idea of who the 5 are.
Like we all know who 1 is.
Oh, do
Michigan.
we? I think we all know who 2 is.
Probably.
Yeah, 1 and 2 are probably
Yeah.
similar.
I'm gonna throw you through a
Oh,
loop.
Brian had to change to 4 different logos just so we know if he changed the slide or not.
Well, I meant to send him my 5 page. I sent it to myself last night. I thought I sent it to
This guy.
Brian.
So we're gonna be winging this. So stick with me as we try and do some.
So
'Cause-
the logo in the back might just look like this a bunch because Brian's hitting the buttons back
Yeah,
and
you
forth.
wanna-
Well, no.
Or if
Hey.
I have the same ranking as somebody, I'll just chime in.
No. We'll be fine there. There's only one hiccup, and that's because of Nate. But otherwise,
Oh God, what did you do to the top 5?
You know it's bad. He had
it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
He's got Penn State in the top 5.
Yeah. Oh God, look, they're number 7.
But you don't
Yeah.
care. But you don't care about
I
this
got
poll.
7-2.
All right, roll it in. Who's
All right.
first?
So it's gonna be me first. So we should be good with the first one.
Doesn't look like
That doesn't look like a team at all.
Looks like a login.
All right. So the first team I got is Alabama at number 5. Obviously, a big loss at quarterback. It'll be interesting who they have, brand new, or who they're going to run out there.
Options.
I actually watched quite a few of their games, including that Texas A&M Alabama game from last year. I watched it yesterday, and they literally almost lost that. Texas A&M was on the goal line as time expired and threw an incomplete pass.
Yep.
But breaking in Tommy Reese as OC, breaking in Kevin Steele first third stint as DC.
I was gonna say, I think it's past breaking.
It'll be interesting. They still have a lot of talent on defense, but they also brought in a lot of transfers, which is different for them. So we'll see how they gel and stuff. But I guess the biggest question mark is replacing probably the best athlete on your team last year with Jameer Gibbs, right? And then breaking in a new quarterback and an OC and a DC all at the same time.
Replacing Will Anderson.
Yeah. So just a lot going on there. But I have them at 5 because obviously they still have, top 2 talent. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Number 5 for me. I have Ohio State. I think the reason I have them number 5 just boils down to the quarterback play. They have the best receiver in the country and group of receivers in the country, so it may not even. I mean, Tony can play quarterback at Ohio State, and they'd probably still be good.
Thanks.
They'd be batting so many balls down. Maybe throwing him in the back of his offensive line's head.
Chuck it straight up in the air.
Listen, guys, I don't like where you're going.
You're short.
That's messed up.
Second year of Jim Knowles as defensive coordinator. They got a ton of talent on the defensive line. I think it's about time for them to step up. So maybe they will, and they'll vault into the top 4. Maybe Ohio State.
All right, at number 5, I have USC. USC, obviously, they got Caleb Williams. Tons of talent on that team. I think the last year they could say what they want about, they didn't really care about that bowl game or whatever. But I do think it kind of left a bad taste in their mouth because it kind of made them look bad, even though they're a top talented team, and returning a lot of that talent too. And then they went out and got that. Is it Dorian Singer from Arizona?
Yeah, he's good. Wide receiver.
Really good wide receiver, and so I mean they're going to be really good this year. I got them at 5 now just because the top 5's a very loaded group of teams. They still got to learn how to play defense, especially joining the Big Ten next year. So.
Do you need to scroll through mine? Yep. Oh, nice. I got Penn State.
How did you come up with that so fast?
Yeah, I thought you said it was going to take a little bit of...
I'm manipulating some stuff here. Let's go.
Am I on a time clock?
No, you're not.
Oh, he's got 6 windows open.
Hey, I'm trying to do this.
Yeah.
That's good.
Biggest question mark, quarterback play. I wrote this so chicken scratch, guys.
Julian Rushers come back from Penn State.
Yeah, best O-lineman for Franklin, I think, in his time there. Yep, studs on there. Should be 6-0 heading to Ohio State.
Do you think they can beat Ohio State?
I think they'll beat either Michigan or Ohio State.
I agree.
That's tough to
That's
beat.
different, though.
I just have a feeling about
He
Penn
also
State
did
this
have
year.
Christian Hackenberg at quarterback.
You're not persuading me. Like, they're
He's
still
a
not good.
college quarterback.
Christian Hackenberg was a really good college quarterback.
Okay.
And Trace McSorley is the best.
All right, let's just rush through these top 5. USC. I mean, the biggest question is, they have a good offense. Their defense sucks. They did make some improvements with Bear Alexander from Georgia, who dominated that national title game. They do lose Jordan Addison, but they're probably gonna get back-to-back Heisman Trophy winner here. I think he's gonna win again this year. And biggest game of the year is probably at Oregon. So USC.
Number 4, I have LSU. There's not a lot of weak spots on this team. Their backup quarterback could probably start on every single team in the nation. They have stacked wide receiver room. Their defense was pretty decent last year, and they returned their best player from injury after he got injured 10 snaps into the Florida State game last year. Yeah, I think LSU's pretty deep team.
Dang, I remember when
Boiled down to Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly took over. We're all like, God, they're gonna be. Some of us were like, oh, they're gonna be so bad. They lost some players, lost some recruits right away, and we're like, God, they're gonna be bad. And then
They end up winning 10 games and winning the West.
Yeah, beating Alabama.
And now we're like, okay, LSU's like,
Their only weak point is their
good.
running back. They don't really have a.
Which, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Their leading rusher last year was their
Yeah,
quarterback, so it
Daniels,
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
yeah, but
can
at
he
some
stay
point that's
healthy,
gotta
right?
I
be.
mean, Nussmeier's pretty dang good too. Like, if Daniels couldn't run, he wouldn't be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, but like if Daniels is your best running back and he gets hurt, now you
Yeah.
have a backup quarterback and no running
I mean,
back.
Yeah,
Noah
but
Kane's
is he
pretty
the leading
good.
rusher because he runs the ball so much though? Like, are there
Yeah.
time like?
Is that right?
Is
Noah-
it the lack
Noah
of
Kane's a good
productivity
running
from the
back.
running
Noah
back?
Kane went to LSU?
Yeah, transferred from
Penn State. Yes, he was
five-star.
a Texas commit, decommitted, went
Yeah.
to Penn State. I didn't know he was.
Like-
He was there last year though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of
Yeah.
LSU games, so I can't comment. But is their running game stagnant because they don't have a running game, or is it stagnant because homeboy literally runs the ball?
Well,
all the time?
he runs the ball a lot, but he only had 800 yards, so it's not like he was a
Well,
1,000-yard
yeah,
rusher too. Like your backup didn't even have 800 yards.
I mean, 800 yards is a lot for running. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but I mean that means his running back probably had less.
He had 186
Well, he did have
attempts
less.
compared to 97 and 76 from the running backs.
How many yards did the running back have?
532 and 409.
So what's
Daniels
that?
average 4.8. Both running backs 5.5 and 5.4.
Yeah, so they're doing all right.
It's pretty
I
good.
think they'll be fine. Actually, now that
Yeah,
I
they
see
just
that.
got to get it going. Stay consistent with it. I think they probably just put the ball in his hands and he took it and ran with
Yeah,
it.
if Jaden Daniels improves as a passer, I think they're going to be pretty dang good.
Yeah. My turn.
Your turn.
Number 4, I got Ohio. I'm glad you popped that out because I forgot. No. I remembered. I remembered. I got I got Ohio State. I think we've talked about it a little bit. There's a lot of changes going on, like a lot of the major programs, right? Alabama, Ohio State. The Pac-12 is going to go through similar when all their really good quarterbacks graduate or go to the NFL, where you got that question mark at quarterback. Obviously, a super loaded wide receiver room, have been for years now, and hopefully, from what it sounds like, is their defense is supposed to be better this year, and that should really help them.
I don't know why this never clicked for me before, but literally Washington and Oregon are going to be breaking in new starting quarterbacks next year.
Yeah, we talked
I
about
can't
that on
believe
the.
that didn't click for me.
Yeah,
Oh,
and potentially UCLA if that guy
I
transfers.
bet Dante, he's not transferring. I think I saw somebody sent me that it was not true.
Dante Moore.
Yeah.
If anything, that would probably sweeten the deal for him.
I'm sure.
Oh, there's a booster that would be like, this isn't gonna happen.
Not happening. Yeah, he's literally going to be there.
I wish he would just go back to Oregon, and then we can get our guy.
So I listened to this is off topic from what you said, but Nova said I guess he's like really impressing all of a sudden. It's like not that good in the spring, and now
Fantastic to hear, Brian.
he's learned the playbook and he's accelerating very fast.
So is
Yeah,
Ty
but-
Thompson.
Nate, who do you
My
have at
heart.
4? Do you
I
have
have-
Baylor?
Baylor was 23.
Nebraska's in here somewhere. I guarantee it. Baylor was in there then.
Here's the Nate Isaac.
I was waiting for it.
Baylor will have a better season than Nebraska.
Maybe.
Oh, he reached his hand out.
I got Alabama at number 4.
You guys want to take that bet?
Yeah, we haven't had a bet in a while.
He doesn't
2
wanna
weeks.
lose that. That's a
Is that a loss,
that's
Isaac?
I mean, you remember they got 8 home games.
Yeah, that's just got a lot to go do with it. That's why I'm
We'll
not
have
doing
at least
that
6 home win games.
You told me all of them
I
not
did
that
not
long
say all of
ago.
them.
You did.
I did not say
You
it.
did. He's
Rewind
like,
this
dude,
Podcast, I
we're-
did not. I said it's 50-50 against Utah and it's 50-50 against Texas.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Nebraska does not have Long Island on their schedule, so that's probably where we're screwed.
Don't
Thank God
have a
you might
drink.
lose to them like Georgia Southern.
One's an FCS school, one's FBS.
Well,
That's
you never
interesting.
know. It's Nebraska. Alabama at 4. I can't not put Alabama in. I don't. Defense will be fine. Question is
absolutely
that
can.
quarterback. What's that?
You absolutely can not put them in.
No, I
Very
can't,
easy.
man. It's Bama. What'd you have him at?
6.
Remember,
Oh, you were
you
the
did
one
miss Georgia last year.
No, it wasn't last year.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, sorry.
Yeah.
That's my
no,
bad.
we didn't even notice until he had him in their top. He had him in his final four, and we're like, wait a second, you didn't even have him ranked.
Yeah, because I thought
They were-
that was
2 years ago it was his preseason. Now it's just his.
You
whole
could have
season
easily just said
rankings.
like, "Oh, hey Georgia," not even said that you forgot them. I think you told us you
yeah,
forgot
that's
them.
right. We didn't even recognize that he didn't put him in his top 25. Oh god, that was great. All right. Anyways, Alabama.
Bama 4. Let's just end it there.
Alright.
Keep on going
I
then.
have a lot to say.
Alabama 4 for me as well. Yeah, replacing Bryce Young's huge. Replacing who did I just say?
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson's huge. I mean,
Jimmy
they have
Gibbs.
Dallas Turner though, so he's just as good.
I feel like this Alabama team is going to be like the old Alabama teams.
I think they're gonna focus on running the ball.
Yeah, like they
you
had
know.
Jacob Coker.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same.
Well, it's because their wide receiver room is, not been like what it has been in the
Yeah.
past. But I mean, you're gonna replace Bryce Young. I mean, 32 touchdowns last year. Tommy Reese comes in with his quarterback from Notre Dame.
Is he going to
well,
start?
I think he's gonna start.
I think so too.
I mean, I think that's why he brought him, right?
I think he'll
Everyone
start
seems
the-
to think Ty Simpson's starting, but
That's what I watched his podcast as well. Ty Simpson, I guess, is having a good spring to fall.
poor Jalen Milroe.
I don't know. I don't care. I mean, there's
Well, I don't care.
play Texas week 2, so
They won't have it figured out by then.
they won't. No, because one of them will have a great game week 1. They'll be like, "Oh, this is our guy," and then they'll start probably not do so good the first half of the Texas game replays, and they'll be like, "Oh, who's our guy now?" But yep, Alabama. This is the lowest I've ever ranked them. Usually they're 1.
I think
Yeah.
I think you've had him at 1 or 2 every single year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I mean, they deserve it.
I mean, yeah.
My number 4 is the Ohio State Buckeyes. We've talked about them a couple times. I think like 3 people have already ranked them.
Yep.
But they have all the talent at wide receivers. Just having a quarterback to throw it to them. We'll see who that is. Does Travion Henderson stay healthy? If not, I mean, they have more than enough capable running backs. Can they get over the Michigan hump? I still don't think they do it this year either. And I like Penn State against them too. So they could have 2, maybe 3 losses. I think this year, 2 or 3 conference losses, which is going to be interesting. Yeah. Oh, we'll see. But yeah,
We're
so
not playing him this year, so okay.
I have Ohio State at 4.
Yeah.
Tony, I think you're lead number 3.
Number 3, I have Bama. Honestly, I feel like, them and Ohio State are in very similar situations where, like, their defense. Now, the difference is Ohio State's defense is going to improve. Will Alabama's improve? Ohio State's offense, or like wide receiver rooms, kind of stacked. Alabama needs to get a more substantial downfield threat. I mean, that's what killed them pretty much all season, and you saw it the most during Texas. Like, they literally had 0 downfield threat. They had to go a lot of those under routes and stuff
Their
like
best
that.
wide receiver last year was Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean,
Yeah. The only difference is obviously they're super stacked on defense still. I mean, defense isn't really their problem. But figuring out the quarterback situation, like we kind of said, they'll go back to that running back and kind of get that comfortable that whoever's going to be the quarterback and comfortable in the backfield by letting them hand the ball off a bunch.
Yeah.
Just ground and pound.
I watched a lot of Alabama yesterday, actually, probably 4 games from last year, and it's crazy how lucky they were that Bryce Young extended plays.
yeah.
So it's interesting. So I watched Milroe play too, and he's fast, but he's not great in the pocket. Like, he has no awareness. So he got sacked just as much as he made big plays with his legs. So it'll be interesting.
Also, I believe Alabama gave up tons of big plays on defense last year.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of long balls. Running backs breaking long runs.
They're still ranked pretty well, though.
Yeah, no, their defense was, top 25, wasn't it?
Yeah, except their rushing defense was outside the top.
So yeah,
10.
they're 13th in the country in defense. I mean,
Yeah.
but they did give up the big play. I mean, Tennessee, big play after big play.
Yeah.
So.
And the only pass they really had was right in the middle. Like they'd almost use the ref, especially against Texas and
Mhm.
Texas A&M.
As
They
a
almost
pick.
use the ref as like a screen every single time
Yeah.
to their tight ends and stuff. So, like Tony said, they had no deep threat. So
There's
if they can't
zero.
figure
It
out-
was shocking.
That's why they're gonna run the ball a lot this year,
yeah.
and especially with a young quarterback, you
Yeah.
don't know who's gonna be in there. You're gonna run the ball to help him out. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they will.
It'd be interesting though. But
but they're still gonna. I mean, probably win the West. I mean, it's crazy that we're calling Alabama's down year. They're ranked 4th for almost all of us.
could they lose three games this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 2. Or no, sorry, Nate. Number 3.
Man, USC.
Great pick.
Thanks, man. You probably had USC at number 3 too. Did you?
I guess we'll find out.
Nice, cool. I think next right, Keller Williams will probably win back-to-back Heisman's.
Bo
6-0 going into Notre Dame. They got kind of a tough 6-game stretch I wrote down here. I mean, I know 2 of them are not that great, but 6-game stretch is at Notre Dame, Utah, at Cal, whatever, Washington, at Oregon, then UCLA.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
But I think they have enough talent to win the Pac-12. So.
First one to 100. USC.
USC.
Nick,
What are we on? 3.
3.
Thanks, Frank. Ohio State. I mean, I think I'm the last one to talk about them. I mean, replacing CJ Stroud. This is Ryan Day's. Has only had in his offensive coordinating years. He's only had one quarterback that he's coached back-to-back years. That was Justin Fields. Otherwise, he's always had one quarterback every other year. So it's kind of weird.
You only have one quarterback in
Like-
back-to-back years?
1 year.
Yeah, he only had Justin Fields for back-to-back years. He's never had.
Stroud, right?
I don't know. This is just what I heard.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
CJ Stroud was starting quarterback for
Stroud,
2
Yeah, I
years.
guess it was one. Maybe it was one of his coordinating years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Ryan Day, can he get over the hump against Michigan? Probably not, especially being at Michigan. I don't know. I can see them losing Penn State, Michigan, and maybe a third one, like Brian said. I don't know who.
Do they play Notre Dame this year?
Yes.
Yeah, they do. Oh, that could be a good game too. You don't think so? I mean, it still could be a good game.
Right there in
Yeah.
September.
Could be.
September 23rd
I don't think
at Notre
Western
Dame.
Kentucky the week before.
Maybe at Wisconsin could be a good game after Penn State.
Yeah.
What is Ohio State's win total?
10.5.
Oh, I'm going unders on that.
10.5.
Make myself an out right now.
Unders?
I'm not against that because I think they could lose to Michigan and then they could lose one game between Notre Dame, Penn State, and Wisconsin. They only got to lose one of those.
See for
The
sure.
key to it
The key is
would be
they
Penn
haven't
State.
lost those games before.
That Penn State Wisconsin back to back's kind of.
For sure 8 wins.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
10.5, you only need 2 losses. I don't know.
I
I'm
kinda like it,
I'm
though.
with you, Nick. I think that would be a very fun bet.
I don't like
they'll end up
like
beating Michigan
rooting
and
for.
then-
Because
How about the?
Because it could come down to the last week, or you could have it wrapped up before the last week.
Rooting against teams seems like
Hard.
kind of messed up.
It sucks.
It's pretty easy.
It's like, dang it, you won.
Yeah,
I root against.
money involved. It's easier to do it.
I literally root against every team Oregon plays, Anthony.
Well, I know when it's your team. I understand that,
Just
but
act like
like
the-
By that
because
logic,
it's
you should be
money
putting money on your
involved,
team every year.
You bet money on somebody
do
doing
that.
bad.
Nope.
Like
I don't touch Texas games anymore. Mm-mm.
I do.
Every time I bet with them, they lost last year. So
like it's not betting on a team to do well. You're betting on a team to do bad.
You still want them to win.
yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
It's kind of messed
They
up.
can. They can.
Or you can look at it this way: you're betting on all the other teams to beat.
Yeah.
Good. Be good.
We're
Not-
putting a little
yeah.
bit of money on each team to beat
To
I
them.
be-
don't know.
to
They
be
have
better
a bye
than
basically before
Ohio
Notre
State.
Dame. Oh, actually, Western Kentucky's got a good quarterback, but I still think it's a bye. Purdue will be like a bye before Penn State. I don't know.
I can see 3
I
losses
see
there.
1, maybe 2.
Who's your one?
Michigan,
Who's your maybe?
Penn State.
So you don't think Wisconsin at
No.
Wisconsin would be tough?
I think at Notre Dame and
Yeah, I
at
think Notre
Wisconsin
Dame
are
is-
tough.
Not with the
At
not
Notre
with
Dame?
the,
You're
the new
breaking in
system
a
and
new
everything.
quarterback.
Will they consider?
Wisconsin's breaking in a whole new team.
He's talking
No,
about
but Notre Dame game.
Oh.
I mean, Notre Dame has a new quarterback as well, but
Yeah, but
and a
an
new offensive
upgrade.
coordinator.
Look at those
Bless you.
tickets.
Holy moly!
The Notre Dame game.
they're always expensive at Notre
mean-
Dame.
Yeah.
I just don't know if Marcus Freeman can coach.
Find out.
10 out of 10 times,
September
I'm
23rd.
taking Ryan Day over Marcus Freeman.
Unless it's against Jim Harbaugh.
I don't know. Ryan Day
No, I
doesn't.
said Ryan Day
Oh.
over Marcus Freeman.
Ryan Day doesn't. I would take Ryan Day 100 out of 100 times, but he has not won a big game.
It's crazy though how State fans went fired. Like I don't care. I would take him. As
I would take him, but he really hasn't had that like.
Oh
big
man,
win.
my team's in the playoff
Now you're
every
starting
year.
to sound
Oh
like
man,
Nebraska
that
fans when they
sucks.
wanted to get rid of Pelini.
No, I mean,
well, that's completely different.
and I said I would take him, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying like he, you know,
They beat Clemson when he was the head coach with Justin Fields in the playoff game.
Yeah. We'll see.
He's beating Michigan, right?
Yeah, he's beating
Jeez,
Michigan.
That's a big
I
win.
It's
don't-
just the
he's-
last 2
he's
years.
never beat Michigan as a head coach, has he?
3
Yeah.
years ago. He's only been a head coach for 4 years, 3 years.
Just go back to
I
that.
think he's 2-2.
Yeah.
So this is his 5th year.
It must be his 5th year. Wow. Already. Ryan Day, 45-5-0.
You could have just gone to his Wikipedia and went to his season.
Oh, I guess I could. He beat him in
Lost
2019.
2 in a row. There
Go
was
down.
no game in 2020.
Go down.
Oh, so maybe he hasn't. I mean, he's only lost 2 Big
Oh,
Ten
Ohio
games.
State's Ryan Day has.
It's
many
1 and 2
losses.
versus Michigan.
Yeah, so he won the first year that he
Okay.
was the head coach.
So sorry, 2020 really didn't play.
Yeah, they would have won. That
Yeah.
was the team that went to the playoff
Yeah.
national championship.
Maybe they shouldn't have.
So he's 2-2. So
I think Michigan forfeited that one, or had too many guys with COVID. I think that's why they didn't play.
Yep.
Didn't forfeit. sorry.
Ohio State number 3.
Nice.
Number 2, Nate.
No, it's
it's
me.
still
Still.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brian.
Me, I have
And Isaac.
3.
USC. We talked about him. I do not think Caleb Williams is gonna win back-to-back Heisman.
Press it.
It's not a horn
Press it
thing.
on yourself.
How many? We've had one that happened one time. Why is
The
that
only way
crazy?
he wouldn't win is if voters were like, oh, well, we don't want a back-to-back winner. Even if you put up identical numbers, like I could see him not still not giving it.
Yeah,
I mean,
but did he? I mean, his numbers were okay last year, but it's more because there wasn't anybody else that was like crazy good.
same thing this year. I mean, who's gonna be?
I think there was more.
Well, I
talent
mean,
and
you
more
never
big
know what could
numbers than there
happen
were
this year.
going to be this year.
But they're all there last year.
I think Marvin Harrison Jr. wins it.
I don't think he's gonna have the receptions to do it.
Oh,
Talent-wise, he probably
Brock Bowers.
That would be cool.
that would be a
but,
career award probably.
Caleb
'Cause-
Williams had 52 total touchdowns. How is that okay numbers?
I mean, it's okay.
52 touchdowns, bro. That's
52
a
total
lot.
touchdowns? What do you think?
It's pretty good.
That's better than video game numbers.
You haven't played video games with me.
I don't play on JV, Brian.
Sling it left, sling it right, baby.
Probably scoring 24 touchdowns a game. Dude. Get out of here.
We scored a lot of touchdowns in Madden eventually.
Okay, continue. Sorry, Brian. We got you off topic.
Anyway, I got USC at number 3. Let's see if they can stop anybody on defense.
Can they outscore everybody else? I
Yeah.
mean,
Or
There-
and can
dude,
they
there's
protect
a
Caleb
Pretty good
Williams?
job last
The reason I don't see it happening is I think the Pac-12 is going to beat the crap out of themselves this year,
Yeah,
which sucks.
I think they could be going to be on the outside.
Dude,
looking
like-
in.
Like, think about Brian and I were talking about this. This is getting off topic of our top 25. If all this stuff went through, realignment was done, and the 12 team playoff was this year, dude, Big Ten could be cleaning up this year in the playoff games because of teams like Oregon, USC, and Washington.
or
But-
they just beat each other up.
Or they might beat
Like you said.
themselves
They
up,
just
like I
beat
was
each
saying.
other up and not get anybody in.
Yeah, which Pac-12 likes to do, and God only knows what the Pac-12 referees are going to do this year.
They're already really bad.
They're already so bad. Now
They
they're
should
going to be
just say F it and just go crazy. Just do weird crap.
They already do that.
like,
Yeah, that's true.
offsides, we're in our huddle, coach. Or ref.
You're not playing the night game, you're good. Once you play the night game, it's like it's all.
Well,
Just all bets are off.
Just call your own.
Just
Never bet on a
call your
Pac-12
own
after
fouls.
dark game.
Call-
Holding, he was holding ref
Yeah,
the whole time.
call your own.
Never Never bet on the Pac-12 After Dark games. You will not win.
I won't be up for them. So
Now let me ask you guys. Well, you
Yeah,
you guys don't really care. Are you more inclined to watch more Pac-12 games now, knowing that some of them are going to be in
I would
Big Ten
watch,
next year?
I would watch Pac-12 After Dark before, so
It doesn't increase.
I remember watching Washington State and Cal one night. Like, if that isn't,
If you got skin on the game, you're gonna watch it. I
mean,
watched
have
it-
skin in the game.
I
I'll
watched
just
it.
watch it because
I watched the Air
glutton for
Force. Who did
punishment.
I watch that one year? Air Force and like San Jose State at like
I bet
at
it was
midnight.
Rashad Penny and
I had money on the game,
God.
and that was exciting.
you guys
will
waste
watch,
money.
I will watch college football until it's over. I don't care if it's
funny.
1 a.m. or midnight.
I'll watch it till I fall asleep. Sometimes that's 1 a.m.
The best is like when you leave it on, you fall asleep, you wake up.
If
to it,
Brian
you're
literally
was just talking
said
to
that.
Tony
like, oh
about
man, the Mark May and Lou Holtz
Yeah, but-
segments on again.
When the game's still on, you're like, this is a replay. So now you check. It's like, no, it's live scoring. This is still on.
The Nebraska Northwestern game when we threw the Hail Mary, I literally woke up right before the last drive. I fell asleep because I was so tired, and I woke up and it was the last drive. I was like, "What are we doing?" And then we won. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Have you ever
Like Kellogg.
Yeah.
watched like a night game and you fall asleep and you wake up and it's a rerun and it's daytime and you're like, what the heck? Like, what happened?
This game's still going.
That's awesome though.
No, I don't
That's
think
what we're about to get that in a few weeks.
It's awesome. Can't wait. Yeah, can you change the screen, Brian? Oh wait.
USC.
USC number 3. Best player in college football.
Bar none.
that's a hot take. You gotta put that down.
He is the best football player.
That is not a hot take.
He's easily the best player in the country.
You think so?
Yeah.
Overall
who would be
player.
better than him? Who's better
Yeah.
than him?
I don't know.
I can't think of a single guy that's better than him. Brian, come on. You press the button.
I will say you did say LSU's backup quarterback could play anywhere, could start anywhere in the
Almost
nation.
anywhere.
No, you said anywhere.
Almost anywhere.
Brian hit that button. Anywhere.
And it's gone.
What does that have to do with anything?
he just likes to hit the buttons. I gotta take that thing away from him. And it's gone.
It literally says in my notes it could start at almost any other school.
But you said anywhere.
I did not.
You did.
I'm surprised Brian hasn't played the I'm
All
never
right,
gonna
well,
financially
if the
recover from
USC
this.
defense could tackle a soul, they might win all of their games.
Until the playoff, because you
And
got
it's
Lincoln
gone.
Riley in the playoffs.
Hey, you just need to get Caleb Williams in the playoffs, and that's let him do his magic.
Will he care about the playoffs like he did that bowl game?
I'm sure winning a national championship would be a lot better than winning the Cotton Bowl.
I don't know.
Another guy that can't coach to
Maybe
win
he
the big
shouldn't.
games.
Maybe he shouldn't have played the Cotton Bowl then if he didn't care.
True, he did have.
He could have
Wasn't
opted
his
out.
hamstring injured that game?
I'm
still
Yeah, he was
played.
playing. I think he was playing hurt.
Yeah, he was playing. hurt.
Why?
He didn't care.
He's a warrior.
And
That's why
that's the best player in college football.
That's right.
That's all you can say.
Now, if he was at Oklahoma, I'd be like, no, he sucks. But
Then who would be the best player in college football if he was on Oklahoma?
Caleb Williams. He's good. He's good. I mean, he's the best player in the country.
Oh. I think Michigan. Yeah.
I think Michigan.
Michigan.
Michigan. 9-0 going into Penn State. Easy schedule with loads of talent.
I mean, they got a couple hard games
Bring up their
at
schedule.
Nebraska.
Let's bring up their schedule
No,
here.
that's not
All right. Because I got Michigan too, so I'm going to. Are you done?
good. Nice, Brian.
Great pick.
He's
Are
learned
you-
how to do
He
it.
did it.
He
He
did do
clicked
it.
Michigan on the other
Nice
schedule, so he
job,
went right to
Brian.
it.
He's
Brian,
learning.
He's
I
learning.
missed it. Good
So look at
job.
this.
It's
Win.
like-
After the debacle with this whole
It's like
slideshow
taking-
today, like I'm pretty good at
It
it.
was like a baby taking its first steps. Isaac missed it.
Win. Easy win. Win.
That's rude.
At Penn
Did you say
State.
Nebraska was an easy
No,
win?
that was
Dude, tickets are only
Rutgers.
$96 for that game.
Michigan replacing JJ. I have them too. You're done talking, aren't you?
I thought we were breaking down the schedule.
You have an index card there.
We got 5 Michigans across. We're gonna be.
JJ McCarthy, Blake Corum coming back. That's huge. I have their key game this year at Nebraska.
It is.
So
No, you
Almost
didn't.
lost a couple
yeah,
years
it's right
ago.
there at Nebraska.
I
key
mean, they
game.
almost
Almost
lost.
lost a couple years ago.
Why? Because I think Nebraska will give them a run for their money.
That's a trap game.
Husker neck.
Right after Rutgers, right before Minnesota. That's a trap.
Yeah.
I don't think Nebraska's gonna win the game, but I think it's gonna be a lot closer than everyone thinks it will be.
Last time Michigan played at Nebraska, it was close.
It was right
We were
before
at-
my car accident.
Yeah, we were at Top Golf, and we were on the top thing. Like, you know where the big TVs are down below on the couches?
Yeah.
We were on the top deck, and Nick was just obnoxious Nick. Yeah, Michigan!
I have seen obnoxious Nick in full form.
Do you know
That's
why
bad.
I was upset that
Yeah,
day?
because Oklahoma, Texas
Came
blew
back.
the lead on.
Caleb Williams came back best player in the country.
Best player in the country.
I mean, I don't know
What
why
can you
we
say?
keep bringing him
It
up.
literally
I-
doesn't matter what school he goes to.
I know.
He was a
So.
true freshman when he came in. And
Yeah, quarterback.
We've
sneak.
always played Michigan pretty close, though.
Not last year. Or 2018. So
What?
One out of 3 since the last 6 years.
Oof.
Are
No,
you
I
really-
didn't. I
Think of
didn't.
Michigan State, Tony.
No.
Yes.
Well, 3 out of 10 years, like 70% is still.
7, 4, and 1. 3 straight victories. Oh.
I said we played them close. I didn't say we kicked their ass every time we played them.
We did not play. We haven't played them close since we've played them close 1 out of 3 years.
Go to
Since 2018.
team history. No, go to blue. Nope, right.
Oh,
Up, right
Full
there.
down.
Yes.
Oh, there
Click
it
on
is.
that, click
Oh,
on that,
come
click on that.
Hit it. Oh, there
Holy
we go.
shit.
34,
Holy crap, that is
30.
small.
29 to 32.
Yeah, that was a close one.
17 to 13.
Okay, 2013.
32 28.
Okay.
27.
That was the Alamo Bowl.
I remember that game. I
That
was
was a
there.
long time ago.
I
I was a
we're
young
saying,
lad.
So-
Are we saying Big
okay.
Ten play?
Big Ten
Forward.
play.
So
before
I guess
Big
okay, they
Ten
beat us
play.
by 2.
I mean, really only 2 blowouts.
45 to 17.
Yeah.
My God, can you make this bigger?
That was 2011 though.
We were in the Big Ten in 2010, weren't we?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
No,
11.
2011.
11.
Yeah, that
was
was
our
our
first year.
Yeah, 45 to 17.
Welcome.
23 to 9. We beat them. 17 to 13. Beat them.
32-29.
Snap.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
56
And that was the
10.
last time they played in Lincoln. That was the last time they played in
That
Lincoln.
is true. Yeah. Last 2 times they played in Lincoln, a win and a
That
very
game-
narrow loss.
That game was really weird, wasn't it? Like, Nebraska had opportunities and they just kept.
Yeah,
Adrian
it was a
Martinez
no
threw a pick
call.
And then fumbled it.
It was that
He
no
stood up.
call, the no
Yeah.
forward progress call.
That was one of those close Nebraska losses that wasn't really that close, but was close.
Exactly.
We were down by 2 possessions, and then we scored a garbage time TD, and then we lost. That happened. 9
What else do I
times
got
in
on
that
Michigan
season.
here?
You could
Returning.
probably save
Well, you
Michigan
save
for a little bit.
some people.
Oh, no one's gonna have these.
You wanna bet?
They're
No.
ranked 5th in returning production at 81%.
Already had that.
Oh, did you?
No.
Oh, okay. 6th ranked defense coming back.
Yeah, that's-
24th ranked offense. 8 offensive starters. 7 defensive starters.
I had that one.
Brian, go ahead.
My number is this 2.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Georgia. I got
Push-
Georgia.
Press that button.
Push the button.
You have to on yourself.
Push the button.
Why?
Press it.
Push the
do it.
button.
It's a hot take.
Why is it a hot take?
Because I just said
Because they're
it was a
breaking
hot
in.
take.
Oh, you dictate the rules. Because
You can
because
press
they're
it on
breaking
me,
in a
but I
brand new
can't
quarterback.
fucking press it on
Because they're
yourself.
breaking in a brand new quarterback.
Isaac, you just do it then. In
I
the
just,
mic.
I just did it.
We got it.
Breaking in a new quarterback. They're gonna lose to Tennessee. And
Push the button again.
Press
Hey,
this.
he said they're going to lose to Tennessee. Write that
Yeah.
down.
Write that down. I'm the only one that makes any. Me and Nate are the only ones that take any chances here.
That's true.
You and Nate.
Oh yeah, what chance have you taken so far?
I bet against Nate. The
Well,
whole-
then if
the
Nate's
whole year.
taking a chance, then how are you taking a chance?
I'm taking a chance to bet on the chance that he's taking.
So you're saying Nate's chance is better than yours? Because you're not taking a
guess
chance.
we'll
Tell you
find
what,
out.
Georgia's gonna beat Tennessee by double digits.
Okay, write that down.
Whoa, you better write that down.
Do we have a bet?
Yeah,
When
let's
it-
get a
wh-
bet.
hey,
Let's get a
go-
bet.
Go to the Georgia. Yeah.
Let's get a bet.
Let's get a bet.
Let's bring it.
Do it.
I'll take a bet on that.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah.
Bryce says let's take
Ooh,
a bet.
Nick.
Serve to Nick.
Come on.
Nick,
Bring up
Nick.
Georgia's schedule. When do they play Tennessee?
Nick has double digits. Brian has money line.
I'm going to say November 11th.
No, I get double digits. There's no money line.
Oh, you said they were gonna beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he said
That's
double
fine.
digits. He set the terms.
Mine's way tougher.
You just
Than,
type in.
But that's what you
You
said.
said they would beat him.
You
I don't
said
care how you
that's
said
a
it.
money line.
okay.
So Brian has Tennessee money line, and I have Georgia minus 10.
November 11th, right?
So, but then there's the opportunity to push this.
To what?
There's a push option.
That's fine. Then we're both right.
Okay.
No, we gotta see.
No, oh my
see
god.
more.
Push the goddamn red
Oh,
button.
it's there.
Now that doesn't break it down.
Oh.
It doesn't go in order like
That was
that.
just a guess, man.
November 11th.
I thought you knew.
November 11th would have been awesome though, because we all have been together for that game. Not you, but all of us.
Say that's nice.
That's
Well, we're going to the
right.
wedding.
That's
Oh.
a wedding day.
Oh, that's
Isaac's
right.
getting remarried.
Oh
Ooh,
crap!
Ted doesn't know.
They might lose that day.
And she also
too.
doesn't watch
Ole
this.
Miss.
What?
I said they might.
Isaac, go get the button.
I said they might.
Tony, can I get a button?
What is it? So if we say they might, we automatically press.
At
the button.
home?
I need an app on my phone.
Actually, I had an app on my phone, but you had to
my
pay
God.
for it, so I got rid of it.
Where-
Nate, I know what it feels like to be
Oh,
criticized on
I
everything
know,
you say.
man. I know.
These are worse than Nate's takes.
I mean, I don't know. My takes are always good. So.
Can I say anything about that, Brian? Are they worse than Nate's takes?
No. I mean, it's one
I
man's
don't think they're
opinion.
that
I
bad.
don't know we
Hey, bro,
criticize
You
people
think
for their
Nate's
opinions.
takes are bad, huh?
I didn't say that.
This is almost as bad as leaving Georgia off the top 25.
Yeah, but I'm the only one that picked
No.
them.
Putting him at number two is
that's-
not as bad as leaving
That's
him off.
crazy. He left
All right,
the
so
defending champion.
Georgia number 2.
All right,
Isaac, you're number two.
Yeah, they were.
Number 2, Michigan Wolverines. I actually am not very high on J.J. McCarthy. I actually think he'll hold the team back. They have a very good stable of running backs.
Now he hits it.
That's fine.
That was a just.
He's not going to win the
Oh,
Write that
I
down.
got that.
There's no way he wins the Heisman.
What? Did
That's-
you just
that's
say
Brian
J.J.
Davis and
McCarthy?
Caleb Williams. This man can't throw down
I
the
did
field.
not. I did not
How
say
is he
Wait.
gonna
that.
win the Heisman?
Wait, you said J.J. McCarthy's gonna win the Heisman?
Probably.
Yes.
You just said that.
Probably again. He just said probably.
Boy,
I will make
times
it.
2 on that.
Making a graphic
You
right
reaffirmed.
now.
You put boy times 2.
No, I didn't. I said I didn't say he was probably better than Caleb Williams. I said he'll probably win the Heisman.
Oh, that's true. He did say that.
I did not say he was better than Caleb
He
Williams.
didn't even say this.
Yeah.
Probably
He's who,
win the
he's who I
Heisman.
have probably win the Heisman.
The-
I said that for a long time.
The best player on his team.
Brian,
Doesn't
Stetson
matter.
Bennett wasn't.
Brian, other than a Michigan fan, I think you're higher,
But
the
still.
highest
That was
person on
career.
J.J. McCarthy. Even in the conversations we've had together, I think you're still the highest person on J.J. McCarthy. Back to Michigan.
I thought you were reading like a note to
The
Brian.
defense will be really good. They actually returned their defensive coordinator for the second year in a row. First time in a while that they've done that. Yeah. Doubt the 4-game suspension for Harbaugh matters. But
Yeah, it just so happens he's coming right back for that Nebraska game.
That'll be exciting.
Number
McCarthy's gonna lose the Heisman
two. I also had Michigan, obviously. Not obviously. I don't know.
Obviously, it wasn't obvious.
It was pretty obvious. Brian's was the one that threw us all through a freaking loop.
Because I had them. You guys have them at 1 or 2, and I had them at 1.
Yes, we have the defending back-to-back
It's-
national
it's-
champions.
It's number 1, number 2.
Anyways,
Five.
yeah, they're gonna be good. That's all I got to include.
How many people come back from this Michigan team?
A lot.
You already said.
I know.
10 people.
Oh, the 81% production that comes back that couldn't even beat TCU? Yeah, they deserve to be one.
They're gonna be good.
Number 1.
Nick, your turn.
They got the Heisman Trophy quarterback though.
Oh, yeah,
Georgia.
The Heisman winner.
The Dogs.
Dogs.
They're gonna lose.
That's back national titles.
Can they make it a three-peat?
Yeah, probably.
You know, Brian's gonna have Georgia winning it all. He just is messing
Yeah.
with you guys.
No, he's actually taking the under.
Oh
in
yeah, I
Georgia's
forgot you had
season win
Georgia
total.
with 2 losses still right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, do they sneak in though? They could sneak in. 2 losses,
Georgia number
Brian,
one. I
think-
mean, we're all gonna say the same thing about Georgia.
just 1.
What?
Yeah.
No,
Brian.
I'm not done talking about Georgia.
Is it Oregon?
I'm not done talking about
Oh,
Georgia.
you just said. I thought you said you were done.
No, I said are we all gonna talk about Georgia?
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Oh, Brian.
Georgia.
Brian isn't.
Well, I know Brian doesn't have one. Michigan, whatever.
That's
Georgia playing probably the softest schedule for a defending champion.
Softest schedule for anybody.
It's a very, very soft
Do they
schedule.
have the easiest schedule in the nation?
I
No.
don't think so.
It's I can't remember now. I mean, let's see. You got Ball State. You got
UT Martin.
yeah, South Carolina.
UAB.
At Auburn might be all right. Kentucky blowout,
too early
Vanderbilt
for
blowout, Florida blowout, Missouri blowout, Mississippi blowout,
Tennessee.
Tennessee blowout, Georgia Tech. Yeah,
Joe Milton may or may not be healthy by that game.
It's a pretty late game.
Hendon Hooker was not healthy for that game last year.
I mean, Georgia had like one of the worst games that year, besides their Missouri game, and they still won. Brian, who do you got? One Michigan.
My number one, I got the Michigan Wolverines. J.J. McCarthy. I don't know how anybody doesn't have him win the Heisman. He's that good. I think
we just lost a lot of credibility on this show.
what?
No, we got a couple Michigan.
Let's
fans
ask
that
Dave
watch.
Portnoy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Let's ask Dave Portnoy who's gonna pick to win.
Oh, you mean
Die-hard Michigan fan.
I just picked a random name. Let's ask
Let's see
John
what
Harbaugh.
Reggie Bush and
Let's
Matt
ask
Leiter
Jim
think
Crow.
about Caleb Williams.
Probably thinks he's garbage.
Caleb Williams is gonna be the new DJ for Brian.
No,
And
he's not.
he is.
No,
He is.
No.
Dude,
Caleb
he's
Williams-
garbage. Hot
Caleb
garbage.
Williams is-
I'm gonna put that in here too. J.J.
I didn't say
McCarthy
that.
will win
Reggie
the
Bush
Heisman.
did.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb
is
was garbage. Brian Harvey.
How many times does he say Caleb Williams is garbage this year? 5?
None.
Who, him?
Yeah.
How many times will he?
Yeah.
Oh, the over under 4.5.
4.5.
Zero.
So-
Yeah.
0.
4.5.
You said DJ was trash every
Brian's
week.
gonna take those unders.
Yeah, I'll take the unders.
Well,
I'm gonna get him. This
Oh, we're afraid about that one, huh? Anyway,
yeah, because you can control it.
then don't put an over under on. So Michigan,
Boston College.
they're gonna run through the Big Ten. We all know what they are. All right, Isaac, your turn.
Yeah, number one, I have.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, Isaac? Wow.
Nebraska?
Wow.
Isaac?
This is
Dang.
Plain.
Yeah. Tell me how Nebraska's
Wow.
Matt
Gee.
number 1. Matt Rule. Dude, did you see that the Twitter post? That some guy on the message board went off. He's an Ohio State fan. Went off about how he's tired of hearing about Matt Rule. It was literally he was complaining about the special they just did on Nebraska, like they do every single school.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Why do I have to sit here and listen to this little dwarf get up there and talk about what he brings to the to the team and stuff?" It's like it's the special about Nebraska,
Yeah.
dude. Like, what do you?
Call him
want?
a little dwarf.
Yeah, he called him a little
That's-
dwarf.
That's
It was
funny.
kind of funny. I laughed.
That's
at that.
funny.
He's like 6 foot.
That's not big.
I mean, it's not a dwarf.
I mean, it's huge in Tony's terms,
That's
but
messed up.
You're sitting cross-leggedly, like comfortable in a chair.
I am
fit
comfy.
Like that,
Yeah,
actually, in the
like-
chair.
You would fit like this too if you could do it.
I could not.
I know you can't do it. Like, you
Okay,
don't
let's
bend
get to
that
the
way.
real team that I had at number 1, Brian.
Dude, it'd be funny if he had a second one
Georgia.
lined up.
Like the black shirts logo.
Yeah.
Georgia, number 1. They won a national championship in their rebuilding year. So I'm
Like
pretty
the
sure they're
Chiefs
going to be
won a
doing
Super Bowl.
real good this year if they're not rebuilding.
Chiefs were rebuilding.
Returned
Oh, they
7
were.
on defense from the best defense.
You're not
Um,
rebuilding when you have
Carson
an
Beck is
all-pro
more
quarterback.
talented than
They
Stetson
lost their
Bennett.
receivers. Tyreek Hill.
They have better playmakers this year.
How do you
Brown
know he's better than Stetson Bennett?
Because he is highly rated.
Oh, okay, that's all that.
So
That's all that it
Carson Beck?
takes.
Yeah.
It does.
That's all it takes.
So he's gonna win the Heisman.
If that's all it took.
Well, I
then
mean,
why-
like,
then why did Stetson Bennett start?
experience.
Older. Experience.
Over
well, that's
JT
not fair.
Daniels?
He would start over everybody in the freaking college football.
He could manage it. He managed the offense really well.
He didn't. He didn't just manage the offense. Without him, I don't think they go undefeated last year.
Yeah, he ran
Or
the
they don't. They didn't go
Yeah,
undefeated.
but to be
I,
fair, he's old enough to be some of those kids' dad. Like, that dude's old.
I mean, Carson Beck's not going to have to do a lot of work, so it doesn't really matter whether he's more talented or not. I think he is.
Heisman
Obviously,
Trophy
everybody
winner.
is.
I
We've
agree.
already decided that everybody has their own opinion.
well, yeah, but you can tell everybody their opinion's wrong. So I'm just telling you that your opinion's wrong.
This is
Well, I
a
know.
spicy podcast.
Carson Beck is right now
Not saying-
sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th for Heisman odds,
Man,
tied with Bo Nix
do you think
and
Vegas,
Michael Penix
No
Man,
way.
Vegas must.
plus 1,600.
He must not be talented.
JJ
though.
McCarthy.
Yeah, that's
up to
Georgia
fourth.
fans. Georgia fans throwing too much money at Carson Beck.
JJ McCarthy's fourth
Is he
now at plus
fast?
1,400.
Oh, Vegas must know something.
Better than
He's
Stetson
fourth?
Bennett.
He's faster than Stetson Bennett.
Caleb
Yeah.
Williams plus 550.
That's a true question. I don't know.
He's
Stetson
more
Bennett.
athletic.
Stetson
More
Bennett
athletic
was
than
Kenny
sneakily
Ewers number
fast.
2 now.
Carson Beck's stats last year: 26 for 35, 0 interceptions, 4 touchdowns,
Right.
310 yards. That's a pretty good game.
I could do
So
that
if
at
he just does
Georgia.
that 13 times,
I can
Have
do
a
that.
pretty good season.
Only throw 35 passes.
Number 2.
Brian, no. Literally click it. Click it. All right. Jesus. It literally, when it pops that up, it has a thing on the bottom says, I'll do this next time, and that's all you have to click.
He just like folds. He's like,
He's just like,
we
I
can't
give
go in,
up.
we can't
How
go
long?
in.
How long until Brian just does this to mess with you? It might have already started.
No.
No.
I look at him. He doesn't look like.
It's right
Oh,
here.
Brian doesn't look like the type of guy
What
that
are
would
you
just screw
looking
around.
for?
I was checking his 40 time. I want to see if he's
It did have a spot for you to.
I
click
cannot
on
wait
it
when we
when
could
you
just
searched
look
it.
at the game for speed next year
Oh God, yeah.
on the new NCAA football game.
Go back to
We're gonna have to
Google,
look at 40
Brian.
times.
Right
Who
there.
are you looking at? Carson
4-4.
Beck?
He doesn't have a 40.
Go back to the Google.
no way he's fast at 6.
Carson Beck's
fast-
40 time. His low was 4.75. His
Carson Beck.
his average is 4.85.
Stetson Bennett had to be faster than that.
To NFL.
I bet it's 4-6.
Stetson Bennett ran a 4.67.
So he is faster. That's like
one,
blazing.
One ran at the combine, the other didn't. So times are faster at the combine.
Normally
No, they're slower.
I'm sure John Ross really ran a 4.21 at the combine.
Tyquan Thornton.
And Carson Beck was only a 4-star quarterback. He wasn't even 5-star.
He was a 92.
He's the 234th best player in 2019.
Stetson Bennett was a walk-on. What is the argument here?
Walk-ons are better.
Yeah.
More talent.
Carson Beck's playing Stetson Bennett.
It will not matter.
No, I'll say
The team is loaded.
Carson Beck is more talented than Stetson Bennett.
That's what I said.
But he's more valuable than Stetson Bennett.
No,
No.
disagree with that actually.
100%.
They got the best wide receiver in the SEC to transfer to them. They have Brock Bowers. They have the best defense. I don't know what else you want. They're the number one.
Do they three-peat?
Yes.
Okay, I know who Isaac's picking for that style next week.
We have something else to cover. Oh, I got to go still. Do I have to go
So
still?
do I.
Well, next week will be everything else.
I've got Georgia.
Georgia. Oh, Nebraska for Brian.
All right, this is why I got Nebraska. No. Georgia.
Nate, you got
Nate, you got Georgia?
I have Georgia.
anything else to add?
No.
No. Like we said, we were going to have a lot of duplicates this week. What else were we going to cover this week? Did we cover it all?
So
Hour and a half.
that's
we
it.
were gonna cover conference
we were gonna do our
champions and do all that
conference and
stuff,
stuff,
but we
but-
don't have to.
oh,
We still have
because-
a 1 week left.
Yeah, but we also had all
Yeah.
that realignment stuff come up and all
So
that.
next week we'll do conference champions next week. We'll do playoffs next week. We'll do Heisman winners, JJ McCarthy next week.
Do you think he's gonna win it too?
I mean, no, I didn't realize he was fourth.
That those had to just change recently. So I just looked
That's.
last week.
I feel like that's.
We're in an agreement. I think that's what you're doing.
No,
That's
I mean I should have put money on Quinn
Did you
Ewers.
guys see
I
that
had-
Carson Wentz picture?
Yeah,
No.
I'm wearing the
Yeah, he's
Colts
wearing
shorts.
he's wearing an Eagles helmet, a Redskins jersey, and Colts shorts.
Commanders.
Well, it was Redskins at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's okay if you're talking about his back then.
So isn't that hilarious? And it says "back in the lab." Just looks a little different so far this year.
It's like those Senior Bowl
Yeah,
practices
yeah,
where they're wearing
yeah.
the team helmet.
Just put funny picture.
Cool if he could find a home somewhere.
It's not gonna fall up.
Funny picture.
Well, that one's funny.
No, go back. Click on. Hold on, go back.
Carson can't miss Wentz.
Hold on, go back. Go
We're
back.
not getting anything.
Go back.
Just go to his.
Go, but no, go back. Go to the fourth picture.
The
one
with
Yeah.
that face.
What is
What?
that about?
Jeez
Go,
Louise.
hey, go to his Instagram. I think it's on his Instagram or Twitter,
That was,
Gosh.
or just. There you go.
ooh, Redskins.
Brian.
Just images.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look. No, just go to the look one. It's the one 11 hours
Oh
ago.
my God, we cannot find.
Go back. It was right there. 11 hours ago. Look.
It's there. It's there.
Now go down.
Almost there.
Oh my God. Let the picture generate.
I can just show you, Brian.
Oh, just click on the hashtag alternate uniform.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
I was waiting for it to just
Loading.
Oh,
Loading.
what? His Instagram. Oh, weird.
Oh, that is not
We're
it.
on the alternate.
There it is. There it
this?
is. There it is.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Thumbnail. Can't see it.
I'm interested in the next one though.
Yeah.
Click the next picture. Is that Elmo? What's Elmo doing down there?
What are you doing? You're zoomed in.
I think that's. Is that a pile of powder? In the
Yeah,
Elmo
I think
picture?
Elmo is riding the slopes, Nick.
I mean, look.
I think that's what
That
he's doing down
definitely
there.
looks like.
What are the captions?
What is that?
Click on it. This might be something good. Make it bigger.
Unique
Mississippi
alternate.
State football, baseball stuff. Unique alternate.
Unique alternate.
That's good.
That is pretty good.
Hold on.
Oh,
What was
so
that
good.
place? What was? Can you go back to that page?
There's alternate uniform.
Yeah,
fighters.
just
Control
hashtag alternate.
Control Shift T.
Just look up.
Control
hashtag
Shift T.
alternate uniforms
Control
on
Shift T.
Instagram. Oh my gosh.
Well, I just want to follow them. No, I just want to know the page.
Literally
Okay,
hashtag
that's
Hashtag
it. Okay.
alternate
No,
uniforms.
click on the Elmo.
Click
on the Elmo.
Is it
Alright.
Daniel J.
James Swanson.
It's just the guy who did it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Daniel J. Swanson's getting a follow.
We should type him. You should go to his Instagram. Control F.
Oh
Spacebar.
my
What
god.
are you doing? Get out of here.
Control
All right, are
F
we done?
Space. Yes.
I think we are done. Yo, thank you everyone that tuned in. Thank you for everyone that listens and watches. We appreciate you. That wraps up our top 25 preseason countdown. Kind of ironically that we picked that at the same time as the coaches poll came out. And next week we'll cover conference champions,
Conference champions, playoffs.
playoffs.
National title, Heisman winners, and then we'll have our collective top 25 averaged
Yeah.
out to see what
collective
our see how close we are to
And
the
is that
coaches.
the last one before game starts?
Yep, and then the next week after next Monday will be week 0 picks.
Week 0 picks. Sweet.
Whoa.
Which
Can't wait.
I have. We're only gonna do 4 games that week because it's so bad.
Is it bad?
So I have
Football's
4. I have
football.
4 games right now.
Well, let's
picked
just
out.
do them all.
There's 7 total.
Let's do them all.
We'll do the 4 and then your super dog.
Have we decided how we're gonna do this
Yeah.
yet?
Let's just log off.
We'll figure it out.
All right. Anyways,
Log off.
thanks again. We're out of here.